Pint each, please.
Pints and half pints.
Pints.
Half pints, please. Half big two. Half pints.
I like a pint.
Have you running water all afternoon?
No. Fishing, are you?
Aye. Yeah.
Season's over, you know that, do you?
We know that, but fish is still there.
Off the end, do you?
End?
At the pier.
Boat.
Season's over.
Season's over, he says. Season's over.
Aye. No truculence.
He's right, you know. Season is over. We find it difficult to catch fish, right?
You'll find it difficult to find out, let alone fish. Funny hats, candy floss, sticks of rock, anything. Even ice creams.
He's taking us for trippers.
You taking us for trippers?
He is, though, taking us for trippers.
Look, if you trip to you, then you're trippers.
Look, let me be the peacemaker. What my friend means that we aren't trippers in a derogatory sense of the word. You get me meaning, you'll get me meaning, don't you? We aren't funny hats and kiss me queeks.
No offence, lads, no offence. I mean, I wasn't insinuating anything of the sort.
No offence at all, mate. That's all right.
It's all right.
I mean, if you're fishermen, well, that's not trippers. You see, trippers isn't fishermen as a rule.
It's all right then, great.
Well, best of luck when you get out there, lads. If you can find any fish.
Take 3 half pints, please, and 3 of your tea cakes.
3 teas and 3 tea cakes. It's a pleasure, sir.
Here. Got us tackled, we've got us tea, got us organised. All has got to find us is a place to stay, then us has got to find the boat.
We'll find us a pub and put up at. Have a few pints, then bed.
Aye, that's the way. Now look, you might have no pride and no shame in going back to your wife and saying, I made a pig of myself, which is too likely to pin on you anyway. But I'm not going back to my wife saying I made a pig of myself. No, I'm not.
Whatever we go back and say we did, we'll still say we went and made pigs of ourselves.
Well, not me. I'm not making a pig of myself. I want to be able to go back, look her in the eye and say, I did not make a pig of myself. And that's that.
First we'll air them.
We will, love. And I'll do a bit of fishing.
Then we'll have everything at laundry, and you'll be after giving them a lick of paint. And then we'll get down to polishing and decorating each room.
Yes, we will, Audrey. And then I'll do a bit of fishing.
Then we'll go from top to bottom giving a spring clean, and then it'll be Christmas and we'll go to my mother's.
Oh, aha, that'll be nice.
When we get back from my mother's, we'll get you a nice little job down at Labour Exchange. Till the season starts. Then we'll take in more boarders.
In that way, we'll pay the mortgage off handsomely, Audrey.
I'm determined to retire owning this place.
Both on us. And I'll do a bit of fishing.
There's plenty of time for fishing.
What I'm going to suggest, lads, is that we find us a respectable boarding house. That's what I'm going to suggest.
Licensed?
Not licensed, no. If we want a drink, we go out for a drink. Or if they serve drinks with meals, we have a drink with meals. Say a German dry hock.
Oh, I'm not having none of that, not me. We fought the bloody Germans during the war.
Yeah, I'm beat 'em.
And I'll put it down to them drinking that there bloody hock. You can't beat a brown ale army.
All right, lads, all right. So we have a brown ale. But we don't go brown aleing back to the house. In there we act respectable, with respect to property and standing.
So if we get pissed we don't show it, we walk it off?
Lads, let's not quibble. We're seasoned campaigners, we never show it. All right, so we go fishing. We have a drink, behave ourselves, go home. We show the wives that we can go out and be respectable and civilised without them.
Aye, that's true. I'm sick to death if you can't behave yourself without I'm there.
We've got to be able to go back, no signs of wear and tear, no marks for the worst, and lift up our heads and say, we had a very nice weekend out, thank you.
Hey, that'd teach him. You think we could do it?
Of course we could do it.
No brown ale, no spewing over the wall.
A civilised weekend.
Hey, we have had a successful season, you know. We have.
I think we have too. For the first time back.
We've had boarders with standards, haven't we? Standards.
Well, if they didn't have them, you'd soon give them a order, didn't you?
Aye. See how I came down on that family that kept trailing sand in? Well, I had to, hadn't I? Sand in, breakfast out. That stopped their antics.
Yeah, and that family who Kitty's cry.
Ah, I stopped their nonsense too.
Yeah, she did.
Sent myself an anonymous letter of complaint. That stopped them dead. No, my policy is if you insist on standards this year, you have a better clientele next.
Friend, where could me and my friends find a boarding house to put us up? You know, not too rough and ready. Bed and breakfast, sheets, that sort of thing.
Serviettes.
You don't want digs?
Boarding house. Small hotel will serve the purpose.
No, what you want to do, you want to get down to the Fisherman's Arms. Open all hours. Get as drunk as you like. Come and go as you please.
A small hotel would do very nicely, thank you very much.
Ah, well, there's plenty of nice ones along the cliff top. Might need to do close up for the winter, but this should squeeze 1 or 2 autumnals in. If you're wearing ties.
He's got one in his bag.
Ah, well, anywhere along the cliff top then.
Ah, thank you. We've come about putting up for the night.
Well, the season's over, really. I'm so sorry.
Well, I didn't know a curtain came down, as in an opera.
We're closed for the season.
Then we're unfortunate.
Yes. How many of you are there?
Just me and my colleagues.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, then we'll go.
There's a place up the road.
Yes, you might get fixed up somewhere where folks aren't so particular.
You are, madam, particular.
About closing on time. I close on time. Besides, I don't cater for fishing parties.
What does that mean?
Now, lads. The lady has her rights as a lodging house keeper to make her own rules and stipulations and stick to them. Madam, if them's your rules, you stick to them. What's wrong with fishing parties, may I ask?
Oh, nothing. We just don't cater for them. They usually go down to the quay and keep the,
Stink of fish all in one place.
keep the parties together.
Madam, all we want is bed and breakfast.
Oh, we don't do bed and breakfast. We're a small hotel, really.
What do you do?
A bed, breakfast, and evening meal.
How much is that, then?
4 guineas.
For the 3 of us?
Each.
Each? 4 guineas each? Oh, come on, lad.
That's inclusive.
Ah, well, there we are, lads, if that's inclusive. Couldn't do much better than that, lads, inclusive. Right, missus, we'll take it.
Well, I'll have to ask my husband. He's the manager, really. It's all in his name.
Oh, yes. Husbands usually have it in their name.
Yes, I'll ask him. I have no say, really. Come into reception.
Guineas, I'll never sleep.
Well, it's a quality place. Look at the fixtures.
But they're a fishing party. Boots up to their backsides.
If they're in, they're in.
But should we let them in?
4 guineas. It's robbery.
Just for one night's work, it's worth having.
Then take them.
But you know how drunk they get at night, these fishing parties.
I'll tell them to go.
You tell them.
All right, I'll tell them.
12 guineas? Do you think we've got money to chuck about? You'll tell them.
All right, I'll tell them they can stay.
Be it on you, then.
Be it on me? All right, then, be it on me.
Well, aren't you going to show them up, then?
Hey, just a minute. All summer it's been, I'm reception, I receive guests. Now all of a sudden it's me.
I better do it myself, then, now you've demanded it. My husband has decided that you can stay, gentlemen, at great personal inconvenience. This is the first room, gentlemen. The key for whichever one of you is going to take it.
Thank you, madam.
Now, we have hot and cold water in all rooms, a bell for service, and contact with a lavatory on each floor.
Thanks, sir.
We have hot and cold water in all rooms, a bell for service, and contact with a lavatory on each floor. We have hot and cold water in all rooms, a bell for service, and contact with a lavatory on each floor.
Oh, yes, well, thank you. We'll be all right.
dear Brian Smalley, I hope you've done right.
It'll be all right.
Well, be it on your shoulders.
Blame me if anything goes wrong. I've had years of experience
Have things going wrong?
of being blamed.
Hey, they'll need sheets. Just when I work the laundry bill out and all.
It'll all come out of the 12 guineas.
Aye. Bills are bills. I don't like them even on principle.
I don't see it can be helped, what?
Do you think we need give them
You what?
clean sheets? Do we need? I mean, brand new, clean.
You can hardly give them soiled linen.
Well, they look rough. They'd never notice when they come rolling in.
Rolling in? Drunk. Well, if you think we can get away with it.
Get away with it?
Let's put it this way. If they come back here, rip-roaring, raring to go, crazy, reckless drunk, and find in the drunken frenzy that they're sleeping on dirty sheets, because a drunken man's very observant, you know, then think what might happen. They might rip the place to pieces. And I'm not spending another winter hardboarding over the oak panels, that's for certain.
Art,
Huh?
you settled in then?
Yeah,
So's Abe.
okay.
What are you doing now?
Sitting
Where are you sitting?
on the edge of the bed.
I'm standing
Higher.
in front of the wash-out basin.
Oh,
Abe's sitting as well. I've been in contact with Abe.
I can't reach Abe.
If you put a mirror out of your window, you could see Abe.
Could I?
Yeah. Give him a wave.
I haven't got a mirror.
Oh. Hey, Hat.
What?
Abe wants to come in here.
What, in your room?
Yes.
But with singles. You don't muck in singles in hotels. Don't you know how to behave? Haven't you been in a private hotel before?
I'd like him to come in.
So be it then. But I don't approve. It's not done.
I think it's done.
It's not done.
I've seen it on the pictures. James Bond does it.
That's man and woman, not two men. It's not done.
It's done now. He's in. Aye, Art.
You shouldn't be messing about.
We're having hand a card. You come in.
That I'm not. It's not done.
Take a risk. Hand a three hand is no hand with two hands.
I don't like it. Can you not amuse yourself?
No.
All right, I'll come. But don't sit on the bed. Sit on chairs.
There's only two chairs. Bring yours in.
That I will not. You don't move chairs in private hotels.
All right, for your hand, stand.
I'm coming through. Deal me around.
We're cutting for dealer.
Cut for me.
Cut for him. Art.
There.
King. You're king.
Right. I'm coming through.
Look, I bought this one. It isn't bad.
It isn't clean.
I mean, it's not dirty.
It's crumbled.
I'll give it an iron. You get another 5 out. I tell you what, we could give 'em clean pillar slips.
Oh, that's an idea.
Look, good as new.
But not as good as clean.
Do you think if they come back violent?
Well, you know what they could be like.
I met a landlady at sales the other day. Fisherman, she said, never again.
Why, what happened?
There was hooks in her sheets. And she put them in the spin dryer and tore 'em all to shreds.
Oh, I wish we'd never let them in.
You can say that again. Oh, all right. Clean sheets.
Not a bad life, this.
I like it.
No complaints. I take again.
What we need now, like, at this moment, is a crate of brown ale.
Lads. Not a crate of brown ale, not in a house like this.
I fancy a crate of brown ale. But it's right, it wouldn't do. Not with a lady.
Drinks with the meals. White wine and that, with the fish. Red with the meat. There'll be all that.
Aye. Don't panic. Remove the cards. Enter.
Do you mind, could I trouble you, gentlemen, if I made up the bed? Would you like to sit elsewhere? Would you care to go in the other room, if it's an inconvenience to you?
No inconvenience at all, not at all. We were just discussing tactics for the sport.
Go ahead, make them up. Changing the sheets, are you?
Oh, we always provide new clean sheets for guests.
Guests, is it?
Yes.
I once stayed in a guest house in Durham, but you didn't feel like a guest.
What was that for?
I went up for Miners' Rally.
Are you, miners?
Ah, but never mind. You can keep the pillowcases on. We've had his hair washed.
Oh, well, don't worry about that here.
Get many fishing parties, do you?
No, you're the first. There are other houses in the town for fishing parties, down by the quay.
Aye, we thought we'd keep away from them. We want to catch fish, not stink of them.
You a sport?
Pardon?
Are you a sportsman? Take the field, do you?
Oh, I like fishing too. I came here for the fishing. I worked in Doncaster before. Didn't like it. Worked there for 7 years. Came here for the fishing.
Well. We're fishermen too.
You go out, do you? After the cod?
No, not as yet. I just go off the pier after the billet.
What's the billet?
You get them off the pier. No cod.
Well, you want to go after the cod, eh?
It's no sport without the cod.
Oh, I've never been out, just on the pier.
Ah, well, you can hire a boat, you know. It's very reasonable.
Oh, I had heard. 10 shillings an hour or something, isn't it?
Oh, works out cheaper than that if you go with your mates. You go with your mates, do you? End of pier with your mates after billet?
Well, I have no mates here. I had in Doncaster, but not here. This sort of life doesn't make for much, mate.
You've got no mates?
Not to speak of.
Yeah, I couldn't live without mates.
Me neither, not without mates.
Oh, but you make a lot of friends running a house like this.
He does make friends. His life must be full of friends.
Still, I like mates. I couldn't stand my wife unless I had mates.
He has friends. Every summer friends come and go to a man like this. The whole world's his friends. I tell you what, you come out in the boat we've hired.
Come out?
Aye, it's all right, isn't it, lads?
Oh,
come on,
come on,
easy,
out with
come
us, all right.
Come out with you?
Aye.
How much?
Nay, boats paid for. We sorted that. I wrote and fixed it, boats paid for. We go out on the high tide after dinner. You can come out.
Well, we're terribly busy, but I haven't got a rod.
We'll provide the rod. We'll see to the rod.
I'll see how busy we are.
Aye, you do that.
Now, about the evening meal.
Suit yourself. You must have your methods. What time do you give it?
I'll ask my wife, she's catering. What time are you going out fishing?
Well, we've got the boat for the tide. 6:45.
I'll see what time the meal can be fixed. Something hot?
Won't keep the chill out.
I'll check what time she's catering for the evening meal.
Thanks. And if it can't be fixed, we'll eat out. Chips somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure we can do something. We aren't inflexible.
Thanks, and you come out fishing with us.
Oh, yes. Yes. Thanks.
See that for class? Them sheets are all laid on.
They're miners.
Miners?
Yes, from Leeds.
You know what that means, don't you?
No.
Trouble.
They want an evening meal.
Of course they would. They want everything, don't they?
They wanted to know what time it would be.
Time? Oh, their time, of course.
They said that if the meal time coincided with their going out, they would eat out.
Well, what time they're going out?
6:45.
That's what time the meal is.
I thought we could fix it earlier.
6:45, that's what time the evening meal is. My hours aren't flexible.
I mean, put them on some soup at 6 o'clock.
I'm not souping for them at 6 or at any other time. They will be served an evening meal at 6:45.
They've asked me to go fishing with them. In the boat.
Well, you're not.
I see no harm. I'd like to.
The harm is that you've got work to do here. That's what the harm is, so don't you forget it. Besides, it'll cost you money.
No. The boat's paid for, and they'll lend me a rod and bait.
No, where do they get money from to lend rods and baits and hire boats and stay in hotels and drink? Can you visualise what their wives are doing back in Leeds? Because if you can't, I can. And I'll say this, that sort of life might appeal to you for me, but I'm not having it. I'm not having it, I say, so you can put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I don't smoke. I can't afford it.
That's no call for sarcasm.
Not the beer course, it's the menu. And me and you, a food list. There'll be entrees.
Entrees? What's entrees?
Don't be ignorant.
Entrees! You see it on the side of a meat bottle label, haven't you?
I never read meat sauce bottle labels.
We ought to start. Revelation they are. It says on the label to be taken with fish, cheese, meat and entrees. And that's what we'll get. Entrees.
Well, I don't know what entrees are.
Oh, we'll leave it on the side of your plate.
What's the time? I'm hungry, all this talk of entrees.
4:15.
Well, hope they grub up soon.
Another thing. The waiter always waits on your left-hand side. So don't go showing riggins by dipping your right shoulder. It'll come via the left.
What's that for, then?
It's tradition.
What sort of tradition, then?
It's from way back.
Yeah, but why?
Do you know why a gentleman always walks on the outside of a lady on the pavement? Do you know that?
No. But why do they serve over your left shoulder?
A gentleman always walks on the outside of the lady, 'cause in the old days it left his sword hand free to defend her, you see. Whip it out. In the old days. And the tradition has come down.
Well, why do they serve over your left shoulder?
It's same sort of thing. I don't bloody know.
So you had your sword hand free to whip him in the gut if you didn't like the fodder.
And that's enough of that talk at the table. Fodder, you're not at home now.
My missus could just be putting on a pan of broth now for tea.
Hey, you just say to her, get that pan on, then get upstairs, and we'll have a turn before I have the tea.
It's good to get away from the rest.
Did you know mussels was an aphrodisiac?
What's that then? Aphrodisiac?
You know, it sets you on.
God, you're kidding.
It's an aphrodisiac. It sets you on, mussels does.
I don't believe it. In the pub Saturday night when the cockle man comes round, I have myself a bit of seafood. Never sets me on.
That's 'cause you've had too much ale. That sets you off. But if you drank water and ate mussels, or lemonade and mussels, it won't set you on.
I couldn't face one of these here bloody starlets on lemonade and mussels.
Shh! Here comes the man of the peas. Come to announce dinner. Dinner is served, my lords. Come in. It's your house, you're welcome.
It's about the evening meal.
Oh, aye, what time?
6:45.
We can't do that. We missed the tide.
Oh, we have to be inflexible over schedules out of season. If it was in season, we're very flexible, but not out of season. We've got to be inflexible.
Well, that's understandable. Out of season. You're still coming out fishing with us, though.
I'm afraid I can't manage it this time.
Get into a fish shop cafe, lads.
I'm glad in a way. Bloody entrees.
Oh, that's all right. Hey up, lass. Who's serving nice fisherman?
What do you want then?
Hey, lass, don't ask us that, will you not?
The fish is fresh as well.
What sort have you got?
Cod.
You got no mussels, have you?
No, cod.
We've got enough cod between us, love. Come on, get us some mussels.
You've only got cod.
I'll tell you what, lass, I'll give you a treat one day, lass. I'll take you out for a mussel supper.
That you won't.
With lemonade.
No, with sherry you wouldn't.
Oh, we could go places with mussels, you and me.
Come on, what's your order?
You wouldn't fill it, love.
3 times, is it?
What's it do? I'm not a sexual maniac.
Look, if you're not careful, I shall send for the manager.
Like that, is it?
Come on, order.
Well, if you've got no mussels, how's your place?
It's off.
Sorry about that, love.
Hey, come on, lads. Double cod and chips 3 times, love. Plenty of salt and vinegar, sprinkled on with your own fair hands and wrap it up in a paper we like to read.
It's on a plate.
She's changed her mind.
You won't need any sauce, will you?
I wouldn't mind getting her on the end of a line.
Did you rod and tackle the fish for her, wouldn't you?
You know what?
What?
I'm glad we're here, town. I like this style of life myself. No edge.
Oh, me and all. Them other hotels, you pay for the service.
Aye, it's true enough.
You're paying for the silver serviette rings all the time.
Aye.
Here we are then.
Oh, there's something you ought to know, love.
Oh, what's that?
The left-hand side. You serve over the left-hand side.
I like your right ear.
Aye, well, that's as good a reason as any.
Anything else, then?
No, it's lovely, Pat.
Right, well, don't fall in your tea mug. The lifeguard's on holiday.
We thought you'd pull us out, love.
I only got my provisions, Dad.
Who give it your pet?
Why, half the herring, please.
It's a nice lass, isn't it?
A nice sort of girl can take a joke. This is a lot of fish and chips.
You had to put them down, yeah. Put a good line of grease on your stomach.
A line of grease.
Some seasickness.
Go on, does it?
A good line of grease on the stomach stops the seasickness. A good line of grease does.
I took in then.
I will be off. The fisherman of England. The fisherman of England. The fishermen of England are on the briny sea.
Hey, I'll tell you what. We better take a little crate of beer on the boat with us in case the pubs are shut when we get back.
I'll put that proposition to the vote. All those in favour?
Aye.
Aye. Got it. I suggest a small amendment.
Go on, then.
We make it a big one.
Carry.
Will you have a bottle with us then, fisherman?
No, not me.
Upset you, will it? Upset your stomach?
No, beer's all right if you can take it. I'll have a sup of tea.
Have a glass of brown ale, fisherman.
I'll have a sup of tea when we've stopped.
How far are you taking us then, fisherman?
To the cod grounds.
Know where they are? Know where they are?
Bloody should.
Will we be on the side of land then, fisherman? We want to be on the side of land.
Ah, near enough, you will.
Beyond the blue horizon, that's where my lonely heart was. Oh, this is the life. You're a lucky man, fisherman.
You want to come up from the bloody pits, fella, to know what the open air tastes like. Ah, gulp that down your lungs, fella.
You don't want to take too much in, you know.
Too much? You can't get too much when you spent your life down the mines.
And can't upset your stomach.
Now look, fisherman, look, tell my mates, is a full stomach what you need for the sea? Is it now? I ask you, is a full stomach what you need for the sea?
Depends.
On what?
On what you fill it with.
There you are. Didn't I tell you?
Grease is all right, is it, fisherman? Greasy stomach, like chips.
Bread.
We had bread and all.
Aye, but chips.
Ah, I wouldn't have chips. Not if you've got a stomach that'll be upset.
Now we have good stomachs. I got a lining of brown ale and tobacco. Waterproof, my gutties. Like a life belt.
This is the life at the prow. Hey, Bobby bloody Dick. Worth every penny. It's a still sea though, fisherman.
Oh, aye. Still enough.
And I like a bit of the rough stuff myself.
The old white horses jumping at the sky.
There's enough swell on, though.
Swell is nothing. I want to point my feet to heaven. It's like Leeds Central Park Lake, this is.
Deceiving.
Mind you, fisherman, we want to stay out the full time, the full 3 hours.
I never cut it short.
Do you not? Why not?
I come out for full trip, and I stop out. Come wind or blow.
There'll be no wind, no blow tonight, I'm sure.
No, sea might swell a bit.
But no white horses.
Won't break.
Tossing and throwing their spume in the sky. Macefield. Remember Macefield? Remember when we did that workers' education course to get Saturday afternoons off?
English literature.
It was Macefield set me off. Aye, Grace. Macefield. The blown bloody spume and the sea drift and seagulls sailing. This is it. Better than the River Severn, this is. Better than the bloody canal.
Better than the pit bull.
Aye, remember the pit bull.
Started off fishing when we were kids in the pit pool. Fishing in the pit pool. Would you believe it? What a thing to do. then graduated to the canal.
Beyond the Atlantic yet? Bloody Chichester! The Chichester brothers will be! Fishing for tunny and shark!
Waves like mountains!
I'd have got in the Navy in the war. Mother stand out the bit. I'd have got in the Navy. I'd have got in the Navy. I'd have signed up in the Navy. I bet you were in the Navy, fisherman.
Never went nowhere. Reserved occupation.
Fishing?
Aye.
Well, I've a reserved occupation then. Mining. Right, a gone fishing has been up to me, speaking personally.
Right. You can start getting your tackle on the ready.
All right. Last one ready, the sissy. What's the matter with you, Ern?
Nothing.
What's the matter with him?
I'm hot and cold.
Hot and cold? Oh, don't say it. Why are you seasick?
Oh, come on, Ern, for God's sake. We're not there yet. We haven't started.
Hey, stop the engines. It's the engines. Stop the engines.
We aren't there yet.
Fish for me, lads. No, stop the engines for me. For me.
Will we catch up from here then, fisherman?
Can't promise. But I'm not stopping the engines. I said this trip was for cut grounds, and that's where we're going, like.
Oh, it's fair enough, Ern. That was the contract. We'd have been the first to complain if you hadn't taken us there in the first place.
Yeah, let me load the line for you.
Oh, wanna die, that's all. Wanna die.
He'll be all right when the engine stops.
We'll be stopping shortly. Right, stopping the engine now.
Stopping the engines, Ern. You'll be fine. You'll be jumping better than any of us. Right, fisherman?
Aye, this is the place.
Start it up again.
It's funny when he stops it.
Oh, come off it, Abe.
Oh, it was all right. I said I was fine when it was going. They're cutting out.
The man can't run his engines, can you, fisherman?
Wouldn't. And got the fuel.
There then. Come on, lads, buck up. Look cheerful. Abe, cast in, concentrate on the fishing. You feel grand.
Not me. I couldn't. I'll be all right in a minute.
You can't curl up in the bottom. You're gonna sleep.
Where are you, Ern? Ern, let me come alongside you.
What's that on your mouth? On your mouth?
What?
There's a trickle coming out of your mouth. Oh.
It's brown ale.
I'm up.
I'll catch for you. I'll look after the lions, lads. But if you get a bite, you'll have to wind in for yourselves. You fishing, fisherman?
Not me. I wrote you to do the fishing. I'll smoke.
Smoke? Right turn, your cast. You fishing boy. You're in action. Now, Abe. Get out, boy. The trip's on. Sure you won't take a line, fisherman?
Not me. If I want to fish, I'll come fishing. I'll give it up long ago.
You gave it up long ago?
Fishing? Aye.
But this boat!
Take trippers.
You aren't a fisherman?
Don't pay.
Oh, that's bad, fisherman, that's bad. A man has a right to the real life, hasn't he?
I can't afford to fish.
And you've been a fisherman all this time? Generations of it?
Far back.
And you wear your jersey and your whiskers and you aren't a real fisherman? That's sad. That's sad.
Your mate's got one on. I'll reel it in.
We might be rough and ready, fellas, but we're staying at one of them there hotels, you know. Cliffview, like. It's got its standards, but we can live up to them. I believe in the dignity of the working man, fisherman.
It's a cod. Ah, it's a big one.
Oh. I'll have to leave the line to you, fisherman.
They're not back yet.
There's no use losing sleep. Let's get to bed.
No, I'm quite wide awake after that walk. I'm fresh enough for a coffee. Coffee?
You know you'll be awake all night.
I'd never sleep anyway. A fishing party in.
Look, now you've got me on edge.
Look at the time. Look at the time. You don't mean to tell me they're still out at that time? They found some pub. That's what they've done.
At this time?
That's what they'll be doing. Sitting in some back room doing after-hours drinking. Smoking and playing cards and getting themselves excited. Then they'll stagger back here and we shall bear the brunt of it.
I remember nothing.
I'm cold.
It was like Christ and the draft of the fishes.
I didn't know anything until we was landing.
I'm cold.
It was magical. You were pulling him in all night. It must have been sitting on top of a shoal. Who are you?
I wish I were dead. The sea hasn't stopped rocking.
How are you, Abe?
I'm cold. I want to go to bed.
Go to bed directly. There's no rush to bed.
I want to be in bed, warm and comfortable. and die.
I wonder if the bed will rock.
It's all rocking. There's no stillness left. This seat's rocking. Or is it my imagination?
It's rocking.
Do you still feel sick then?
Won't hard.
Because if you still feel sick, I'm thinking of them sheets.
I don't care about the sheets. I don't care. I want to go to bed.
We shall have to tiptoe in then, not to wake him up. Sifs. This man is seasick and drunk. Get this jacket off, you'll soil the sheets. Ern? You better go to bed. You're white as a sheet.
I feel grand, but I'll do as you say.
Sleep there, Abe. For God's sake, don't be sick on them sheets. I'd never forgive myself. Is there a pot? Here, under the bed, there's a pot. Can you hear me? You've got the pot besides if you need it. Oh.
Dear God, I'm thankful to you for this night. Please stop the bed rocking.
We got a pot.
Are you feeling sick at all?
I am.
It's no under your bed.
You're not expecting me to stoop for it, are you?
Suppose I'll have to.
Oh, darling, you're lovely. Show your body.
I'll put in my room. This is a fine thing. Still, if I leave him there, there'll be no soiled sheets. There'll only be one pair of soiled sheets, and mine will be all right. Any man needing the pot in the night, give a call, and the other two must relinquish his hold on it. Forthwith. Oh, dear God, it's... and the bloody fishing are getting bad.
They're not back yet.
No sign of them.
No sound of them, no smell of them.
Their bed's not been slept in.
No.
Did you look in all the rooms?
I looked in the first I come to.
Oh, you should have looked in them all.
You don't think they'd separate, do you?
That type don't separate, agreed. They stick together through thick and thin.
Well, they're not coming back now, that's for certain.
They've ordered bed and evening meal and breakfast, and I'm serving breakfast. I'm not having them getting at me through the guild of hoteliers. I'm putting cornflakes on the table, and I'm serving 3 hard-boiled eggs, even if they never put in an appearance.
12 guineas for 3 hard-boiled eggs and a plate of cornflakes.
I'm laying it now.
You must be mad. The breakfast-laying night hawk.
What's that? There's movement. What's this? It's only 4 o'clock.
Time for the early shift.
Oh, shit, close on. Get close. You two will be going... Whoa.
Lie back, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
What's the rattle, do you think?
It's the hotel landlady. Laying the breakfast.
Already?
Both about early below stairs.
It is early, isn't it? What do you reckon it'll be?
Well, for breakfast, a place like this. As they smoke kippers. Local kippers it'll be, smoked over a charcoal fire.
Charcoal? That's the stuff we took over from, isn't it?
Aye, charcoal, smoke kippers. I'll turn over, go back to sleep, and let him wait on his hand, foot and finger.
Well, it's laid, and I'm waiting. I can do no more than that. If they're in, they can have it, and if they're not in, they can do without it. But if they are in and they're not down by 9 o'clock, that cloth comes off.
We are the smiling service.
They're in and they're coming down.
Morning, missus.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Take a seat.
Ed?
Sleep well.
Aye, well enough.
Cereal.
Not for me, thank you.
Cereal.
Not for me today, thank you. Plenty of that at home.
Cereal.
Is this here fresh cream milk straight from the cow?
It's Coke delivery. They deliver it.
I'll not bother.
No cereal.
No offence, son.
And now for the main course.
Oh, well, my fancy's a couple of them home smoke kippers.
Over charcoal.
We have no kippers, I'm sorry.
Off, are they?
They were never on.
What do you suggest, then?
Well, we have bacon and egg, or sausage and egg, or boiled egg.
I'll have a bit of bacon and sausage and egg, then, please.
No, it is bacon and egg, or sausage and egg.
You cannot mix them.
That is the menu. I cannot tamper with the menu.
I'll have sausage and egg, then, missus, and a pot of tea.
You would have had the pot of tea anyway.
I'll have the same, please. Me too, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe the bacon will be smoked.
Aye. Do you think I dare ask for the meat sauce?
Oh, don't worry, I'll ask for you. It's not what you ask for in places like this. It's how you ask. I'll ask. It's an entree dish, you see. We're in with the meat sauce. We're laughing.
Dare I smoke?
After the meal, smoke after. Over the teacups. You can dwell over the teacups with a cigarette, you see.
I usually have one before breakfast. You usually have a jump before breakfast, but not here.
You know what they said to the man with his flies open?
No.
You're showing your ignorance. Oh, sure, here she comes. How's that for smiling service here?
How's that for smiling service, missus?
Hey, missus, you're not going up to our room yet, are you?
We don't, as a rule, until guests have gone.
Well, don't. Wait for her out of that door, will you? Just for us.
All right.
What did I tell you? Notice how it came. Veer the left.
They've been up to something in the night. I don't know what it is, but they've been up to something.
Well, you're imagining things.
Don't go into the room, they said, till after we've gone. Wait till we're out of the door. You can't tell me that's imagination.
But I kept looking in the bedroom. They weren't even in.
God knows what they've been up to. I wouldn't put it past them if they had an orgy.
Well, I've got to clear off.
Well, if that's your lot, you've had it.
It was nicely cooked.
That wasn't much of it, though. Maiden's water.
I'll tell you what we can do. Go to the mobile by the bus station and have a pint pot of that brown brew.
Hey, that's an idea, like.
Well, they do make a lovely pot of tea at the bus station mobile.
And you can stick as much sugar in it as you like without feeling, you know, pigging.
Aye, and we'll get the morning papers.
Right here, then. Morning papers, listen to seagulls. Pint pot of tea. Have you a pint?
I could have one of his bacon sandwiches. Well done with one of the slices dipped.
I'll join you there.
Hey, I might squeeze one of them myself, you know. Just support the fella like, support small traders.
Right, a vote on it. All hands up, get the gear.
Mind you, they treated us right here, you know. They looked after us, they served us all right. Clean sheets and nothing, no bother.
But they should have had kippers on.
They should have had kippers. Here, have they got a suggestion box? We'll drop a note in. You should serve kippers for breakfast smoked.
No suggestion box.
Well, put it under the plate, then. You got a pencil. Paper?
Here, use the serviette.
Oh, Will as hell uses a serviette. Serviettes is for wiping egg off your chin with, not writing notes. Come on, paper.
Here, back of a betting slip.
Aye, the best of people bet. Dear landlady, thank you for a pleasant evening.
And wonderful service.
Wonderful service. But you should serve smoked kippers for breakfast.
Over charcoal.
Over charcoal. Right on the plate. Lads, shouldn't something else go under that plate?
Oh, what's that then?
A token of our appreciation. Go on, whip round.
I can chip in with 7p.
Give us a couple of bob.
I was saving that.
We'll have it. If you live like a pig, you tip like a lord.
Hell's flame, I could buy breakfast for that.
Here, stop your grumbling. It's no use spoil it, she flavour the time. You will. Come on. Here's mine. Right. Should we tip off the mobile?
Let's.
Get the gear.
They've gone.
Just as well I made them pay on arrival. I'm going upstairs to have a look, and quick.
Up to bedroom?
Aye, I want to see what damage they've left us. Look. With a note.
The best of the catch.
Thank you for a pleasant evening and wonderful service, but you should serve smoked kippers for breakfast. Are they being funny?
No, love. But I think we are.